full retirement age decision on Social Security can impact how much you actually receive from Social Security if you are working. So first of all, you have to know your full retirement age, and that's getting pretty settled science now. Our next question is from Jennifer in Little Rock. I'm 61 and trying to figure out the right Social Security strategy for me. I'm divorced, worked at my current job for 27 years, have $645,000 in retirement accounts, and as of right now, I don't have a date in mind to stop working. What should I do to get the most out of it? Social Security claiming strategy should be a part of your overall plan too. A lot of advisors don't talk about that, but how it incorporates into your overall retirement picture is vitally important, and when to claim it makes a huge, or can make a huge difference. So two things here, Tim, as we get started that stand out to me that we need to address in Jennifer's question. She says she's divorced, and that is a component of looking into Social Security. And I don't have a date in mind in when she's going to stop working. So let's take those two things on.
So being divorced gives you some options, especially if you've been married for 10. If that marriage lasted 10 years, if that marriage lasted 9 years, 364 days, it doesn't count. But if you were married for 10 years and you are divorced, and in some situations not remarried, it depends on ages and things like that, there are some different strategies that can come into play. And I actually met with a client just earlier this morning that this falls into. He and his wife were married about 15 years or so, and they're divorced now. He's not remarried. He'll be 62 in November. And so he was looking at potentially starting Social Security. He's not working. And so he actually has the option, and Social Security will let you know what the benefits are, either claiming on his own earnings history and his own benefit, or he potentially can get a spousal benefit, which would be up to 50% of his ex-wife's earnings benefit at her full retirement age. It doesn't matter if she has started the benefit or not. He actually has that option available to him, and Social Security will actually pay him the largest benefit that he is eligible for. So he just has to alert them with the marriage license and the divorce decree proving that he was married to her for 10 years or more, and then the Social Security will be able to tell him what his best benefit is. So divorced folks do have some more options, and there's also the potential of that other spouse passing away at some point and getting a survivor benefit off that as well. So making sure Social Security is aware of all that, they will do the calculations and they will provide you the largest benefit possible. The other is if you're going to continue to work and you're going to make more than $22,320, and that's the limit in 2024, for every $2 over that $22,320, you're going to have to repay $1 of benefits if you are claiming Social Security. So if you continue to work and you have a good income, it really doesn't make sense to go ahead and start Social Security early. Either wait until you are full retirement age and start the benefit then, or if you retire before your full retirement age at 66 or 67, whatever that age may be based on when you were born, then you can go ahead and you can continue to work and claim when it is time to retire and get the best benefit for you.
Yeah, so just to be clear there, an early retirement or an earlier than full retirement age decision on Social Security can impact how much you actually receive from Social Security if you are working. So first of all, you have to know your full retirement age, and that's getting pretty settled science now because it used to go up on a monthly basis prior to people born before 1960, but now everybody born 1960 and later, it's age 67. So you can claim your benefit as early as age 62, but if it's sometime between 62 and 67, that penalty is going to affect your benefit. So if you are working and you make more than the amount Tim said there, $22,320, you're likely not going to want to claim it while you're still working. Now, we've talked about those two things in Jennifer's case, but when you think about how and when to claim Social Security, I do think Jennifer has to work on finding a date that she plans to stop working. So we're kind of in agreement here that as long as you're working, Jennifer, don't really claim it, at least not until you get to your full retirement age of age 67. Then it doesn't matter. The penalty doesn't apply, so then you could take it, but why would you if you're still working? I think it goes back to building an income plan that incorporates Social Security, any other additional guaranteed income sources that you may have, and then taking a look at those retirement accounts that you have. And currently you've told us that you have $645,000 in retirement accounts. And that's great news because that means you're not going to have to rely solely on Social Security for retirement. And that's a good nest egg, Tim, to really start looking at how much monthly income you could provide yourself from those accounts. And the fact that she's single means it's probably not a higher income than if it were two people. So I think we could really do a lot looking at that $645,000.
Absolutely. Through planning, we can help her potentially find that date that she wants to quit working. Maybe she doesn't have a date in mind because she loves her job and she just wants to keep working. That's great. Some people don't have a date in mind. They would like to say sooner than later, but they just feel like they need to continue working because they don't feel like they have enough. And so going through the planning process will actually help you identify and maybe give you that peace of mind that, yeah, we do have enough, or I do have enough with $645,000 in retirement accounts and the Social Security benefit. And what else does she have, or how much does she need? So we need to be able to answer those questions. And so that gives us the opportunity during the planning process to really nail down maybe a date that potentially she could retire. And then we always say that the plan is a living, breathing document. We know life happens and we get better returns than expected, or maybe the market goes the other direction, and we can identify where we need to get to, and that will also help determine, can we go a little bit earlier than what we had planned for, or maybe do we need to work another year or two after that. But working till full retirement age, especially for those that love their job, the decision really is, do I take my Social Security at full retirement age? There's no penalty to do that. Or do I go ahead and delay that until age 70, where it's going to increase by 8% per year? So it's a much larger benefit. And most folks, it probably makes sense if they're continuing to work to go ahead and push it off. And there's a couple different reasons. One, the largest benefit in a marriage, I know that she's single, but if you are married, that largest benefit will survive both of you. So it'll pass to the next one, to your spouse, and they will continue to get the larger benefit. So sometimes it makes sense to go ahead and take that larger benefit. But if you do have debts and things like that, you really want to knock out before you retire, taking that benefit at 67 or whatever that full retirement age is, and using that money to actually put toward debt and pay that debt off can also free up your income in retirement and get you there much quicker.
Jennifer, you are the question of the week. Thanks for reaching out. We'd love to send you a free Get Ready for the Future Show tumbler for being the question of the week. And if you'd like to claim it, just send an email to show@getreadyforthefuture.com, and we hope that we answered your question.